I'm going to demonstrate how these Egyptian amulets were used to draw this geometric diagram. Most people think of them as symbolic, but in fact they were the Egyptian geometry set, drawing tools, drafting instruments. The heb is a bowl, okay, have a look at them all, of clay. The heka and the nechacha most people are familiar with. As you can see, I've made my own little models just to demonstrate what's going on. The jed, the was, the Isis knot here, and on this side, the ankh, sistrum, triangle, eye of Horus, and the feather which is used to inscribe the diagram on the clay. To begin with, we use the heka, which is a ruler divided into gold and blue inches quite conveniently, and it's for drawing a straight line across the heb. The next step is to take the jed and the was and the Isis knot, which when combined formed the Egyptian version of the pair of compasses. One could vary the angle of the arc by different length of was or different slots in the jed, and the Isis knot would have been used to hold the whole thing together, which I will dispense with for now. I'll just hold it in my hand, and we draw the first arc, which is the base of the egg. And this also brings into mind almost the image of an anchor. And remember, ankh, the word anchor are related, and together you can see they form the image of a ship's anchor. Now we've got a position for our first sphere, which is the intersection of these two. The next thing to do is to use the ankh to show the first path, which is, the ankh's purpose is a stencil for drawing the drop shape, and when done in pairs like this, gives the heart shape, which this I believe to be. With the ankh, we draw the first path in its two parts, gives a heart shape emerging from the first sphere. The next step is to mark in the second sphere, which is at the junction, at the top junction of that heart shape. Now, on his belt, the Egyptian priest or pharaoh wore a triangle. Marked at the bottom, it very easily gives us a right angle line by lining up those 2 points. So we can now get some horizontals on there. Okay, which gives us, I should have made that longer, gives us those two intersection points there. Terrible. Now we use the was and the jed again to do the next points of this egg from this point that we've now marked, which gives us the intermediate 2 arcs of the egg-shaped. It's not very egg-shaped, but more or less. Now, to complete the top arc, we have to find a position where the jed stands. That gives us, that closes off the top of the egg, which then gives us the top sphere, the crown chakra. Feather, very useful for wiping away your dust as you work. And we mark in these 2 spheres here, the 3rd and the 4th spheres. Now, the other use of the ankh is to connect the 2 spheres, the 3rd and 4th spheres, which gives us, as it were, coming off there, these things are now horizontal. Now we can use the ruler, the Heka, as a ruler to measure the inches here. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3.5 would give us the midpoint of this top section of the diagram, which is where we can now add our next chakra, the very central sphere of beauty. With that done, we can add our last 2 horizontal lines above that. Which gives us the positions of the remaining spheres. And in these cases, of course, we use the Ankh again to draw the path, because the path connects both sides of the diagram. And you see the origin of the infinity sign coming up here as well. Now we join up all the spheres with straight lines. These are construction lines for our diagram that we will need to complete it. Joining up each sphere from the center, and these here. Now, in order to complete the diagram, to get something that looks a bit like this, we need to expand each of those lines into an eye-shaped flat plane. The Eye of Horus is a template to help us do that. So, in order to do that, we need to find the center of each of these triangles. I can do it with the eye, but the Egyptians used the nekhacha, with its 3 gold lozenges placed 1 on each corner of a triangle. All they did was lift it up and dip it down, and they'd find the center of the triangle. But we don't need that. We can use our eye to find the center of each of these triangles. There's the next one. Here's the next one. Here's the next one. Here, 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 and here. And as you can see, these look like eyes looking out of a pyramid. So that's the origin of the eye in the pyramid. To complete these petals freehand, one has to just go through that midpoint that one has just made. Where am I? Here. There. Left out one here. And one here. And then we've got this one over here. And that's it. So now we have the diagram complete. And this gives us the ancient Egyptian system of drawing the sacred geometry.